Study shows that. Experts conducted this study. It wasn't not too long ago by the Harvard Research. And they came out with the report that each and every one of us, we make true judgments instantly on a first contact with another person, with another organization, with a business. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Empowerment of Purpose podcast. It is always a pleasure and an honor for me coming your way each time. Thank you for being part of this community where we learn together and empower ourselves so we can all fulfill our purpose without struggle, without stress. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about something I feel it is really simple, but incredibly powerful. Very simple, but at the same time powerful. I titled this one, The Power of First Contact. The power of first contact. That is the very first interaction you have with someone. The very first interaction that you get to have with someone, be it in business, professional settings, your branding, or even family or friendship setting, whatever the setting may be. We're going to be talking about your very first interaction with whoever you are getting to have this interaction with. Listen to me. The first contact is so important, so much that it has the power to shape everything that follows afterwards. Okay? That first contact that you make with somebody, either in a business space, in a professional space, in a family setting, whatever the setting may be, it's so important that it has the power to shape everything that follows afterwards. So, question I have here is, why does it matter so much? Why does first contact have so much power? What if it goes wrong? What if it goes wrong? If that happens, that first contact did not go so well, can it be fixed? I'm going to try as much as possible to answer all of these questions and more by the time we get done on this topic. As we get right into it, I want to begin by saying that first contact isn't just saying hello. That's not what it is. It's not the first word that you say to somebody on meeting them or on making contact with them, either in person, over the telephone, on a chat room, or through an email. It's not just the first word that you say to them. It isn't. It is, however, it's about a total experience. It's about the total experience someone has the moment they encounter you. Let me say it again. The total experience, the sum of the experience that someone has the moment they have contact with you, either through your business, your resume, your profile, or your brand. The total and the summation of the encounter they have with you on that first contact. So, this could be a handshake, like we all know it. We've been told that when you are meeting somebody for the very first time, the handshake should be firm. Oh yeah, that is true. So it could be in form of a handshake in a meeting. It could be your website landing page. Yes, it could be your website landing page. Your website landing page gives a first contact. It could be your email address. It could be your email address. I would never forget, Somebody very, very uh, smart once told me, while reviewing my resume, I just gave my resume to them to review for me. And then the first thing that this smart individual told me was that, okay, I think you need to change your email address. You need to maybe have another email address. Why? I tell you why. Because you see, as a person of faith and as an ordained minister of God, my email address reads Pastor this, and this. And this was a professional resume that I was putting together. I'm so thankful till today that I had this person to review that resume before I send it out for that particular need at that time. And so he advised me, he said, look, you're a person of faith, I'm also a person of faith, but I don't think, for this purpose that this resume is for, I don't think this email address is good enough. So why don't you go ahead and create a more professional email address for yourself? And that was what I did. So this is exactly what we're talking about. It could be your email address. It could be the tone of an email that you are sending to somebody. It could be the way that you are introducing yourself at a family or social gathering. Okay, so this is so important. All right. Studies have shown that it takes just a quick glance, maybe about 3 seconds only, for someone to evaluate you and form an opinion of you when you meet them for the first time. That's all it takes. About 3 seconds. 3 seconds, like just a twinkle of an eye. That's all it takes for somebody to evaluate you and form an opinion about you. In that short time, the other person that is making this first contact with you forms an opinion about you based on your appearance, your body language, your demeanor, your mannerism, your dressing, and so on. Like in my case, your email address. Now, according to the Harvard research and opinions done not too long ago, and they found out that all of us, every single one of us, every human being makes at least 2 judgments each time we meet new persons. Studies shows that. Experts conducted this study. It wasn't not too long ago by the Harvard research. And they came out with the report that each and every one of us, we make 2 judgments instantly on a first contact with another person, with another organization, with a business. And what 2 judgments might that be, you ask? The 2 judgments, of course, are: number 1, can I really trust this person that I'm meeting for the first time? Am I able to trust them? I want you to notice it's not about, oh, okay, judging from this handshake, I don't think I can trust this person. No. The thing is, I'm meeting this person for the very first time. In the first 3 seconds, looking at them, checking their, email opening, email address, judging by the tone of their voice over the telephone, and so on and so forth. Can I trust this person? Number 2 judgments that the report shows that each and every one of us make up another person once we're making the first contact with them is, can I respect this person? Because you see, with trust comes respect. Someone has to trust you first before they respect you. If they don't trust you, they can't respect you. It's as simple as that. And can I tell you something, that this is a very vital factor for success? Trusting and respecting, vital factor for your success. So, as you can see, in a split second, maybe maximum of about 3 seconds, people begin to form opinions about you when you are making that first contact with them. These experts told us that it is called slicing, the formation of opinion of another person about a business, about a family member. The formation of that opinion within that 3 seconds period, they told us that it is called slicing. SLICING, slicing. It is the brain's ability, according to that report, it is our brain's ability to make quick judgment with very little information. Our brain has the power and the ability to make quick judgments within 3 seconds, quick judgments with very little information. Now, whether we like it or not, those judgments, they do stick. The judgments do stick. So, in that study that I'm referring to, they found out that every single one of us are very skeptical when meeting someone for the first time, when dealing with an organization for the very first time. It is almost like we put on every guard to secure ourselves. Yes, you and I meeting somebody, attempting to do business with an organization that we've never had business with. We put on every guard to secure ourselves. Can I trust them? Can I trust that man? Can I trust the family? Can I trust that brand? So, let me tell you a quick story and I'll move on. Some time ago, my wife came across a product that was kind of trending at that time. It appears good based on the testimonies and recommendations of others. So she started researching the product, to be able to ascertain if she is convinced about the product, that it does what it's supposedly doing according to the trend at that time, so that she can be recommending it to our clients. But in our research, she could find no information. There was no study that had ever been done by any school of thought concerning this particular product. So, but because it was so trending and the testimony seems genuine, she sent it off to one of my nieces for a quick review. Like they say, get a second opinion or something. After review, my niece gave my wife the same report that she herself already got, that in spite of all these testimonies about this product, there is no info about the manufacturer. Not much research is visible anywhere about the product. There is no confirmation about whether or not they are affiliated. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Affiliated with the, ombudsman. And that was the end of it. Decision made. She already knew because she couldn't find any report, no research, nothing documented. And so based off of that, she felt that, it would be pointless, either her herself using it or recommending it for others. Listen to this. Let me give you this quote by Maya Angelou. She said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. but people will never forget how you made them feel. What you said, what you did, they'll forget it. However, how you made them feel, how you made them feel on that paper, in that chat room, on that telephone, in that video, with that handshake, with that eye contact, how you made them feel, they will never forget it. I read about a psychological principle known as the primary effect. The primary effect. Apparently, it simply means that people remember the first thing they experience more strongly than what comes later. People experience, they remember, people remember. That's what I meant to say. People remember the first thing they experience more strongly than what comes later. In other words, in our businesses, professional career, family, or societal dealings, your first contact becomes the lens. Your first contact becomes the lens through which everything else that follows is viewed. That's the lens that will be used. So, why is this so important? Why is first contact, or if you like to call it first impression, important for your brand as a person or as a leader? I'm going to pick up on our next episode and I will tell you why and how it is so important. I don't want you to miss it. Please share this with somebody, and we are going to pick up on the second episode of this title, The Power of First Contact. Thank you for watching.